If you don't live under a rock, you must know that Pluto recently made headlines as it drifted apart from us. Up until 2006, Pluto was considered our ninth planet, but after that, the International Astronomical Union reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet. It is in the Kuiper Belt, which is in a ring of bodies beyond the orbit of Neptune. Pluto, being the ninth largest and 10th most massive object in orbit to the Sun, is sadly not a part of our list of planets any longer. Well, these are some basic things almost every person would know, but there are some top misconceptions still prevailing in the minds of most people. Are you also among them? Or to word it better, do you really know Pluto? So to clear our 3 top misconceptions, we're here to bring you this video that'll help you get a deeper dive into the truths about Pluto. Let's get straight into it. Are you an actual fan of Pluto? If your answer is yes, then you must have seen the images of our dwarf planet as well. Have you noticed something off in it? Well, the images are so bright, while in reality, it must be much darker there on Pluto. But surprisingly, it's not as dark as you'd think. And don't worry, you don't have to imagine what it would be like, as the colors in the sky on Earth during dawn and dusk is how bright it can get on Pluto at its high noon. NASA calls this as the Pluto Time, and you can also search on NASA's website when it will be Pluto Time at your location. The difference created in the photographs is purely because of the editing done to the images in order to make them more clearly visible. So there you have it as to why the images appear to be so bright. Now, how do you think we get so many images of various space activities almost every day? Well, the answer to that is the Hubble Space Telescope. This device is capable of capturing the most spectacular images of space that we look at today, including the Butterfly Nebula, the Veil Nebula, and many more magnificent captures. But do you know the shocking part? It cannot capture Pluto. Yes, you heard that right. It's been able to make so many revelations, yet not been able to capture celestial bodies that are much closer to us, like the trans-Neptunian objects. Well, the reason for this is the difference of angular diameter. Astronomers use arc minutes and arc seconds to describe the size of anything in the sky. So while the moon is 30 arc minutes across, the Pinwheel galaxy is 28 arc minutes across, and our tiny Pluto is only 0.11 arcoseconds across, which must give you a clear idea of how small it is, and that is why we've only been able to get this image of Pluto, which is an estimation or an idea of how Pluto might look, not the exact image. Let's quickly debunk the next topic on the list. Do you know that we were once considered to have over 100 planets in the solar system? And no, it wasn't because the planets blasted away or drifted apart from us, but because of how they were discovered and the conditions to be proven as a planet. Initially, we had 5 other planets apart from Earth, which were Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. These planets also have the capability to be visible to the naked eye. The ancient Greeks had the idea to add the Sun and Moon to the list of planets, but this never really worked out. In the 1700s, when Uranus was discovered, everybody was shocked as no one really thought we could have more planets than the other 5, after which many new planet candidates came up, namely Ceres, Vesta, Juno, and Pallas, but they didn't really qualify as being planets and are now found in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids are defined as objects that couldn't be distinguished from stars apart from the fact that they move across the sky. Pluto was also the victim of this ruthless distinguishing. Although after the discovery of Pluto, it left people overjoyed over how distant and huge it was. After a decade, it was said to not be following the traditional convention of being a planet. It didn't have an orbit. Since all the planets follow a path around the Sun which is known as their orbit, it became a notion to classify planets, and since Pluto didn't have one, it was disregarded as a planet. With that, we come to the end of today's video and the top misconceptions that people usually have about Pluto. Did you know any of these? Or do you know anything we didn't cover in this video? Do let us know in the comments, and we'll meet you soon in the next video. Till then, take care!